Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I've done anything, a couple months actually, and I'm finally going to start making some videos, you guys. I've settled into my new place, and I finally put up my soundproofing material, so let's just get right into it. So today we're going to be talking about an anime that's airing this season called Dumbell Nankiro Moteru, or how much do the dumbbells that you use weigh, or something to that effect. It's a little bit vague. And if you haven't seen or heard about this anime or the manga that it comes from, I'm going to read you a small description that comes from yours truly, My Anime List. So let's just start with it. Sakura Hibiki is your average high school girl with a voracious appetite. Noticing her clothes tightening in lieu of her slowly expanding waistline, she decides to look into enrolling in a gym nearby, where she runs into a girl from her grade named Soryuin Akame. I definitely fucking butchered that. Akame, who has a muscle fetish, tries to get Hibiki to enroll in the gym despite its high ratio of macho men. Thankfully, a beautiful trainer, Makio, appears and unknowingly convinces her to enroll and start her quest to a great body. Now, this anime is very, very different from your typical comedy ecchi. Obviously, that's the tags that are associated with it. And whenever you get a comedy ecchi anime show in general, you're definitely looking for the rom-com. Like, there's no romance aspect to it, which doesn't give it away, but comedy ecchi is not a very highly sought after anime format or genre, or manga for that matter. It's very much just a very saturated medium, and to see this kind of very different take on the comedy ecchi genre in something that's supposed to be educational for weight training, it caught my attention, to say the least. It's kind of interesting in the fact that it's actually very educational, like almost unwittingly so. As someone who, goes to the gym, and I feel like everyone should at least try to stay physically fit, the way that this anime explains exercises and explains the way that your body functions and how to use, different parts of your body and work them is actually very scientific, which is kind of odd, because it's almost formatted like it's supposed to be like one of the little kids kind of, if any of you remember the kids shows about educational, like back where I'm from, Brain Pop, or like any of those and like informational animation videos, in this kind of format, it's very odd. Obviously the ecchi scenes are very good. It's some good ecchi, but the entire time the ecchi is rolling past the screen, and the still frames that they have are like just being flipped through, you're just getting this scientific explanation dump of muscles and how they work and what the exercise does and what muscles groups it works. And it's so odd to have this combination of elements in an anime or manga format for that matter. And I think it's actually very refreshing. I'm quite enjoying it. I believe it has 2 episodes out as of this point. And I saw the manga, and I didn't want to read it because I knew that an anime adaptation was coming out, and I wanted to start with the anime adaptation instead of the manga, just to see what kind of feel it is, because I don't want to get invested into a manga and then disappointed by the anime adaptation, which often happens. But so far, I have very much enjoyed the anime adaptation, and while I'm not too familiar on how well it's adapting the elements in the manga, I feel like it is adapting it fairly well, as someone who hasn't actually read the source material. And I think that it's obviously not going to start a trend where we're going to see a bunch of weightlifting anime and manga. At least I don't think so. I don't expect it to. But I think it's nice to see that there are people out there that can enjoy this kind of odd amalgamation of just elements and aspects of very differing kinds of ways of life, I guess. And it's very educational, and I think that it, in a way, it could be very motivational in a sense that people who are on the fence about maybe going to the gym, especially as the stereotypical weebs that we are, people paint us as like very, very shut in, you know, fat, or like not very sociable. We don't go out much. We don't eat right. And while that's the case for a lot of us, I think that seeing this anime could possibly motivate some people to go to the gym, because everybody's got to start somewhere. And seeing Hibiki, you know, obviously it's anime format, so you don't see the fat, but she is, in a sense, dealing with real world problems that many people face with being overweight, or not liking the way that they look, or not being confident in their body. And you are going to hopefully see Hibiki start to overcome those things that hold her back and force herself to go to the gym and better herself in a way that's going to affect the rest of her life and maintain her physical fitness and her physical health in general. And I think that that's good, that there is something out there for people who may not be exposed to that kind of thing, and may not have had the kind of exposure that, say, I have, where I have friends who were already into physical fitness, and so they eventually got me coaxed out of being a hermit and going out and actually doing things. So maybe that'll happen, maybe it won't. But aside, if you're still watching this, I would definitely recommend picking up this anime if you're not already watching it. It is airing in the the summer 2019 season. So if you're watching this in the future and you don't know what season this is, summer 2019, it's definitely fun. It's definitely a nice change of pace from the usual isekai. We're definitely still getting isekai anime. God, there's so many this season. They're not good. But I'll make a separate video on that, and I'll talk about that later at a different date. So yeah, that's it. If you haven't picked up this anime, definitely check it out, and I hope you guys had a great day. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.
Yeah.